Hello everybody in YouTube land, as Smith coming at ya. Mail call. I'm just waiting to see if people turn in. Hopefully we get a few people in. Gotta get up. On and on a rolling shop. Buy it, sell it, the game's getting hard. On and on a losing card. I see one watching. There's one watching. Who are you? Who are you? Hi, Texas Joe. How you? I'm okay. I'm just going to do a meal call. I've actually what I usually do is, I didn't even know it was Mother's Day. I thought it was Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I've only just opened it before I've come on. So I'm just waiting for, as I said, text, I'm just waiting for other people to come in so that people can actually see what's in the box or what's been sent. Because what it is by the time it's late because Joe sent it late. It's because when Rhonda, it's quite a bit. It's in it. Hi, Andrew. Andrew, just to let you know that Lewis Lulls is looking for you. I think you won something on Saturday. And Lighty collects. I did send a message to so you could actually get it. So you could do what you had to do, as in where you had to send her your address or whatever. But they do Mother's Day, but I don't think it's this week. And if it is the thing, we have obviously forgot. But then I thought it was later on. I don't know, Andrew. She just you never seen the wheel or whatever. I don't know if it's the monthly one you've won, but it was definitely your name. She said, because I tried to get a hold of you on Saturday, and there was no response. I put on it, just ding me. I just put on the messenger that basically she was looking for you so you could get in touch with her. Probably is, Joe, because sometimes I tend to forget, and then because of lockdown and everything's been higgledy-piggledy. Right, let's go on with this, because there's 4 years, so let's just run with it. Anybody wants to come up on the panel, just ask for the link, and I'll put it. I know it might disturb the thing. I just think me, it was just I need to know as well, Andrew, as in, it's not that I'm mixed up. I'm slightly, because you've been buying and putting the money into the account. I sort of got myself in a higgledy-piggledy at the moment. I sort of know that we done. You had 2 11s, but I'm wondering if did you get anything? Did you order anything for Joe's? As in that you bought off of me that's supposed to be from Joe Durbin? Because if you could let me know as in Messenger so that I can keep up, because that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep up to date. It's just because of how long it is, as you well know, Andrew, how long it takes for the box to get here. And the reason I'm doing this box today is because there's another one in its back. There's another one at its back. So there's no point in me doing a box and then end up having to do the same box again, or show more of the stuff that you've seen that you've already seen before. That's why I try and wait until a box comes in at its back, so that basically there's still content coming. And I know it's a lot to show a full load in a box, but it's good to actually see that, because it helps Joe. It gets Joe out there, as in to let's see the quality of the merchandise from the Joe Durbin's auctions, because as I said, the camera doesn't do it justice. When you actually see it physically up close, you'll be like, wow, was that the quality of the merchandise? Because I'm actually building my own collection, and then whatever I've got doublers will get sold off or done whatever I have to do with it, because I need the space. I need to start getting space. This one's Lincoln cents, so this is from 19. As you can see, it says 1950. It's 1959, and it starts 1959, and there's a couple of so that page is full. So that full page is full, and then there's a few of them missing for there, and then that full page is missing as well. But that's a book, so I can put ones in, and this is alright. I know that's the worst, as when you actually start to, because when you're working, your body's constantly going at like 30-40 mile an hour, constantly, because that's what you're doing, is working, going into work, come back from work, go to bed, work again. It's not until you start. I know, Andrew, I hope we start feeling better, because I know the thing when the body sort of starts, when it starts sort of resting or sort of calming down or cooling down, that's when you eventually feel as in not yourself, or you start feeling the no 100%. So there's that's his 1913 Nichols, and that's one of, I think it's a dance co album. Aye, it is. It's dance co album. It's dance co album. But you've got, so all them is missing, and they're missing. That's missing, and then you got on that page. You get 1970, 72, 73. Some of them are missing. Then you've got a full 1983. Aye, I know. I was trying to remember. Andrew, if this one was for John Argent, and I remembered that it's not for John Argent because John Argent one was a brand new one still in its wrapper, and inside the album itself was a pair of gloves. So that's when I was like, well, it's not from. This is obviously, that's what I'm saying. This is for like a month or 2 months ago, as in it was bought. I think it was sort of around Feb. I think Andrew, that was Feb. I think that's just this one's, I think Feb. The box for February, the one that I showed you with the border thingy on it. And I was right in what I said. There was tiny pinholes. There was tiny pinholes in it. So they did. That's why they burst the tape open, because obviously they ding me, because the bubble envelopes, they must know that sometimes that stuff can be put in it that shouldn't be in. So they did. They pricked it. That's why they did what they did. But I don't do. I've never in my life done anything illegal. Well, I'm not that type of person. I would be a bit wary, and I know the people I deal with are not that type of people either. But obviously the thing with the customs, they've got to do their job. They're told to check a package, they have to check it, whether they like it or not. This one's got for confirmed. That's for cheapskate coins. This one. Because it's their lasso anyway. Because that's what I'm saying. There's one that says Leo's 50 kip, 1957 banknote, $2, sent to hidden. No, it's not. It's for Dingme. That's from Dingme. That's from. I've just worked it out because that's the invoice sheet for it. As in Dingme for cheapskate. That's Romano. Romano bought them for me because it cost them $30 because there was 39 BU nickels in it, because it says 1913 nickel dance co W39 BU nickels $30. Lincoln Cent album 1959 lots of pennies included $12. So it's Romano. That book's for Romano. That's the one that dinged me. I wasn't sure about. Aye, Andrew. There's something me. I think there's a couple of rolls of coins. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted the rolls to put, so eventually I can put them into albums or whatever. I don't really like the albums because to me they sort of, I don't know if it's the metal of the coins or what, as in it makes them go very dark. But it's nice to have it in a book, as in so that basically it can go away. That's cheapskate coins. He's little, and now he's got a business card now. If it wasn't that album, then it means then that Romano's is in there, number 2. But I don't think so, because these ones are them. No, because I usually keep a lot of if I get a lot of the packaging, I usually keep the bubble wrap and all the rest. Because it says 2000 Philadelphia Mint State Quarter Collection, and then it tells you in the back. It starts for 1999. Because there's Denver. See, that's Philadelphia, which is blue. Then there's Denver's one there, and there's 2001 Philadelphia. I know, Andrew, they're nice sets. Sometimes I tend to buy the sets because that's what I'm saying. Because sometimes you get the odd coins that tend to, somebody's either burst open or there's because that's the state. That's the, come on. Off your wee. There's a certificate of authenticity. Alright, it's not I thought it was the set which gives you the full. It's not. It's the ones with the quarters, just with the $quarter on its own. I thought it was the one with the set there that's got the penny and all the rest. That's what I thought it was at first. I was wrong. Sometimes I get mixed up with the different sets. So that's another. That's what I'm saying. Some of them. That's what I'm saying, Andrew. Some of them will end up with me. I'll keep, because when you're trying to, say for instance, you're trying to sell something or sell stuff to other people, you're wanting examples to show other people, because if you don't have physical stock, how are you supposed to see the quality or whatever, or maybe it's a new client and they don't know you? They're not gonna give you trust straight away. They're not gonna buy from you as if you don't have products to actually to physically show them. It's different when you can show them something and say, there it's there. There's what I've got. That's what the product is. And then for actually physically see it. That's number 2. That's number 2. As it says, number 2. That's what Jordan Diane says. We're not a hangman, we're not a holding warehouse or a shipping warehouse to hold your stuff, and it's true. But I didn't realise how many boxes, how much stuff I actually had at theirs. I didn't realise, and then I hadn't been informed, so I didn't know. I hadn't a clue. So when they say to me, then I says to them, well, how many boxes have I got? They're like, well, you've got 3. I was like, well, we need to ding me. I need to start getting them out. What's the point in them lying at yours? And then all of a sudden, because you'll be kicking it. There's only one person in. No, I'm not doing the crying at Durbin. I'm not saying that. I know, I understand. It's a business to them or whatever. They can't hold people's stock. They can't hold everybody's stuff for them. You get stuff at the road. It wasn't as if they were having a go at me. They're just saying, we can't have, you can't leave it here. You can't about holding it because it was lying there. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know. I hadn't a clue. I'm not one of these people that mithers people and keep on at them as in to see and keep chasing them up. I'll wait until they say to me, because I'm grateful for them to let me ding me, have my mail going to them. There's rolls there. There's what you said about rolls. That's Canadian. There's two differences. Andrew. There's Canadian and there's Dingway. And they look. That one's got the Queen. The ones have got the Queen Elizabeth on them. And that'll have the maple leaf on the other side yet. I'm not sure what date that is. Because there's no a date on it. I can't see no date. Because Georgie started, if you noticed that I done a video the other day, and I done a video for George, because George is starting another channel for auctions, but George is doing, look, he's doing US, George is doing USA and Canadian. George is going to start doing, there's 1959 P. And there's a full thing. There's a roll of nickels.
Alex, what sort of rolls?
Yeah, please. Yeah. Yeah, 2000 and there's 2005s. That's good. Andrew, when I usually get them for Lemonhead, usually I order 20. I usually order 20. I usually order about 10 or 15, 15, but sometimes I'll order like 20 if I'm running short, as that's what I used to do for eBay. When I used to do for eBay, Andrew, I used to go down to the Pound World. There used to be a 99 pence store, and there was also a Pound World. And I used to go in, and that's all I would buy was stationery. But I would buy it like in big bulk. I'd go in and buy maybe 6 packets of envelopes. I bought a full in that cupboard there. I got a full load of bubble envelopes, and then I just bought them flat pack envelopes because I'm trying to figure out how I can get the shipping price down. because you write 2 bits of card. It might be worth doing 2 bits of cardboard and then putting it in that, because I've always got them grey, like grey envelope bags, so I could put it in the grey envelope bag and then shut it down. I know it says don't bend, but because it's coins, you want it sort of, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get it so that it's basically a package is like, because I don't see anybody paying. Well, I worked it out the other night. I was sitting with my phone and I was calculating, converting it from UK price to American dollars, and I was like $30. I went, I don't think anybody will pay that money. It depends if you're sending a load of stuff to one person, then they would probably pay that. But then, as in, okay, the only reason I send it internationally tracked is because I get quite upset. I get quite upset when I have a customer or I send a parcel to somebody and they turn around and say, I didn't get that. That really, it upsets me. It makes me feel bad that I haven't done my job properly. But the fact is, I can't control it when it goes. When I take it to the post office, I hope that they send it to the person it's supposed to be sent to. So when it goes out of my hands into postal hands, there's nothing I can do about it. I know that's what I'm trying to ding me. That's what I'm saying. That is it, Andrew. That is like a normal envelope. That's a flat pack. That's what they call them, a card. Hi Bradley. That's the cardboard. It's got cardboard on one side and the brown envelope on the other. That's what's thinking if it's flat packed, because that's what they're taking is when they actually do it, they're trying to figure out if it goes through that slot that they've got. That's how they check it, with the slot. So if it's bigger, if it's sort of bigger, then it ends up becomes a small parcel. That's what I'm trying to do, trying to cut the cost down to a bare minimum, because that's what I want. I want to ding me. I want people to turn around and put my name out there, because it helps me. Because that was the whole idea of buying rolls. Because that's what I'm saying. I only really want 2 coins out a roll. I can't get mixed rolls. I can't get mixed rolls, mixed date year rolls. So sometimes I'll go to buy them like that. Hi Bradley. But that's the sort of bit. That's what I'm saying. They're BU ones, and they're probably BUs as well. That's that one. Because usually when I put everything away, Andrew, usually what I do is I repackage it again, and then I put it so that it's actually bigger, and then I put it in a box so that it's actually in a box. But it's trying to remember where everything is. Sometimes I tend to forget what box stuff is in. And I'll go to the box and I'm thinking, is it in that box? Is it in the other box? Hi Lal. Lawaye. I can't say that. Lawe. I see the American flag on it. No, because John Diane's numbered it, so that's numbered 3, and that one's numbered 3 as well. Hi Cornwall UK. No, because I am going to start doing live streams, and when I start doing the other live streams, as in after I start sorting stuff out, what I'm going to do is every now and again, we're actually going to have, or I say we, there is no we. What I mean is we as in us all. I am actually going to do as in giveaways with the chat, and we're going to pick I'm going to pick a number or whatever. Not today. For future reference, and because what I'm going to do is when I'm doing the giveaway, I'm going to use that giveaway as a test to find out what the cheapest way of sending coins. That's what I want to find out, and that'll be a good test. That'll be a good test idea. That's what I'm thinking. Because I don't need all the coins. I don't need them all. I've got that much coins. It's unreal. Yeah, they're a tribute. So it's all been sorted. Out. Or the because that's what I do. If I go into a roll, say for instance, I bust that roll open. What I'll do is I'll go searching through it, but I don't go through searching for the errors and varieties. Dale's told me, but the thing is, Dale can't take it to my post office and say, this is the way you want to do it. They're telling me, I'm going to the post office and they're telling me, and I'm saying to them, what's the best way of doing this? And then instead of them taking the time with me and saying, well, you can have it this way or that way, they want me in and out. Oh, all right. I wondered what Dale was on about Hong Kong, right? The Hong Kong food, right? Now I get you. No, because what I usually do is when I usually open a roll, I usually try and take out these ones here. I know the light, it's bright today. It's actually the sun is shining. When I'm usually picking them out, I usually pick out the non-spotty ones. I know, but I don't want to keep annoying Dale because Dale's busy. The only way, Andrew, is to do it myself and find out. That's exactly. I know. I'm grateful for. I'm not having a go at yous and turning around and saying yous are wrong and hang me as and for yous to butt out. I'm not saying that at all. I'm grateful for as in you saying ask such and such and whatever else because yous are a great help to me. But if I do it with the post office, go to the post office and then I can work with them and say to them because that's something I want to do. I want to get it cheap. I want to get it for the cheapest way for you guys, and I want to be able to turn around and say you are definitely you are going to get that item or you're going to get it because that's what I'm saying. It makes me feel, but I hate when somebody comes and says and they're being honest with you and turn around and say I didn't get that parcel. It makes me upset. It makes me upset. Plus, it makes me feel as if I haven't done my job properly. I'm not doing my job properly, and I start feeling that I'm thinking to myself, Do I give them another pass? Do I send them another something? Do I know? I'm sort of into mine's, well, I know Dale, that's what I'm saying, but it upsets me because when you're doing it when you're doing it like just normal standard post, it's only proof of postage. So you can only say to somebody, there's the proof, as in proof of postage, it was dated, that's it dated. But when you've got a tracking number, but then that becomes expensive when you put the tracking number on it and you've actually got a tracking number. But I don't mind doing a tracking number if it's for a lot of money, or if it's the value that the item is a lot. I don't mind doing it as in that way. But it becomes a thing where you go and you're subsidising with your own pocket and you're thinking, pocket's getting a bit empty. As in, because you're trying to buy coins for your own collection because you like coins and you like collecting them. Plus, also, you're wanting to try and get rid of the doublers that you don't need. That you don't need. I always just tell them it's metal. I always tell them I tell them it's metal. It's metal art. They've never yet questioned me. Well, is it made metal art? Is it hand poured metal art? I just tell them it's metal art, and that's it. End of story. It's metal art. That's as good as it gets. Let's get on with this because Rhonda was in and then ding me. You must have a good post office because mine's is okay. It's Asians or whatever that run it. The wee Asian lassie, she's alright. She's alright. But half the time we want you in and out of that post office because what they've done is they bought a post office, but they owned the thing with they owned the cost cutters, so they put it actually in there. Oh my god. It says SIR on it, so I would think that would say that meant circulated. I would say that was circulated 59D. Watch this. Look at the bling in these. If these are see if these are circulated. Look at that. That's bling. That is bling material. That's what I'm saying. That's why I tend to want to view it. I want to view it, so I want to see it. I want to see it so that I can see the eye star. That's bling material. That is bling material. That ain't. It says 59D in it. It's not. It's not. They're different. They're different years on them. That's 68. That's 68. That's 69. That's 69. They're 70. their 70s. That's 70. So that they ting me. That means then that they'll go into my. They'll probably end up my book. They'll probably end up my book, because they're a full. They're actually different date years that's in that. You can look what you like, going more, because you're not a problem. You're not a problem. It would be different if you were if somebody was causing problems on the stream, then I wouldn't be too happy about it. But people that luck and they ding me and they become family, I'm fine. As long as they ding me, as long as they've been as in polite and not being disruptive, that's fine. You can look what you like. Sometimes I try to think and I'm thinking the way it comes out or the way that I put it over, and I'm like, is that right? Is it the way it should be? Am I saying it right? Does it sound as in that I'm being nasty when I say it? Because I don't want people to feel like that. I know it's that time. It's 6 o'clock. I know. That's how I hang me, because Dusty's on Dusty Blonde's on shortly. That's why I was trying to watch the time. I was trying to get it in between at time, because I'm like, well, I like Dusty as well because that's Snobby's wife, and I'm like, I like going over there, but then I was like, I need to do this live. I was like, I need to get on me. Well, I need to get on me, because Mum's starting to go absolutely daft, because she's trying to get in the room, as in, or to pass me something, as in she can only get to the door part. So she's like, and she's getting a bit uppity, and I'm like, because I hate, because my old man used to hate that as well, the ear bashing that he used to get, because that's how me and him used to bugger off at times when she was doing that, and then my old man would turn around and say to me, well, he would make the mess, and then he would turn around and tell me, you have to tidy that up. You've been told to tidy that up. But it's your mess. I didn't make it. There's a difference. That is my mess, and I know it's my mess. But I'm trying to sort it out and get through it all. And I'm trying to get stuff in for the collection, and then I'm trying to figure out what I'm keeping, what I'm not keeping. So that's that one. That's number. We're nearly actually finished, guys. We're not far away to it. Because that was their beaties for Lemonhead. That's 1910. There's 1910, 1930, 1940. 1920 and 1950s to 1950s. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That might have cost me like $50 or $60 on its own just to buy them. That full lot. Because I do get a good. I wouldn't say I get discount, but I get a good deal. And there's times where I feel as if I'm getting a good deal. When I'm usually getting a good deal, I'm usually on top of it. But I've got to be full. See, the thing is, when I go to an auction, I can't do like 3 auctions at the same time. I can only do 1 auction because I'm fully concentrating, because my mind's totally on it. And I'm trying to, sometimes I'm like with Messenger. And Messenger, I'm trying to sort of, somebody's trying to talk to me, and I'm trying to concentrate on something else at the same time. But I don't want to, as in, be ignorant and say that person will know the now. I don't do that. If somebody wants to talk, I'll let them talk. Because you don't know, there's Andrew just saying, as in, he's Starbuck. which that I like that idea. Andrew saying to Starbuck, as in that. Sorry to hear that, Jeff. Hope all will be good. Basically, he's turning around and saying if he needs to talk, and I'm the same. If somebody needs to talk, you're going to let them talk. If you want to make them feel welcome to come and talk to you, but you might be doing something else, but you don't want to be ignorant and turn around and say to that person, I can't talk to you now, because he might be feeling that he needs somebody to talk to at that specific time. I'm just doing this because I want to because as I said, it's backing itself up, and I've got another box, but I don't want to do the other box now. I want to do this one first. Aye, but if I would only get the coins if I'm buying for auctions, and I don't want Jeff. I don't want nothing for nothing. I don't want people to, as in I don't want people being out of pocket, and I don't want to, as in turning and say, can I get that for nothing? I'm not that type of person. I wouldn't even dare to actually do that to anybody. If I want something, I'll come and say to you, well, can I buy that off you? I really like that. Are you keeping that? And then somebody turns around and says, no, I'm not keeping it. Okay, right, let me see it. If you let me see it and then ding me and I turn around and say, because I just turn around and say, aye. Do you know what I mean? If I've got the money sitting there, because I don't see, Jeff, why, if I'm getting money monthly because of the leg or whatever, and I can't go out to work to put more money on the table, why should that money be sitting in the bank? Should be sitting in the bank for the bank to use it. So they're using the money that you got in that bank account, but although they don't, because they don't take the figures out of your account, they don't actually take the physical money out of your account. It's figures to ding me for somebody so that they can loan the money out, so they can put the money into an investment so that they earn money out of it. But the days where you were earning interest per year is now long gone, because in Scotland or in the UK, it was only like 1% or 2% a year you were getting. But why should it be sitting in there for them to use it when you can be using it yourself? You can be using it yourself. Whether you earn money to it or not. Because not all the time you strike something and it goes quickly. You could be, some things you would buy and think, oh, there's a turn in that, and then all of a sudden it takes you 6 months to even turn that. But some of that, that's what I'm saying, some of this stuff is going into my own collection. It's going into my own personal collection. Because at first I was only buying it to resell it, or that was my plan at the start. And then all of a sudden, 6 months later, while I still had it, I was like, I actually like that. I actually like this. And I started taking stuff out, and then I was like, hold on a minute. I've got 4 daughters. Here, and I'm like, well, what about, was my dad never left me anything when he passed away. But my mum wasn't telling me that I had to, as in do the last part of his funeral. She was quite happy putting it on like a payment plan. But then I turned around and says to her, no, you're not. I've got the money, or I've saved up that money. You've not took any money off of me for me living with you. So I'll pay the last part of dad's. But then I was told by Dad I would be financially secure if he passed on. But I don't really, the money, it's not money. I've never been a materialistic person, and I've never been as in one for money. I'm not that type of person, as in where money is money means everything to me. I would be quite happy to have love and happiness rather than money. as in a lot of people's like, but you need the okay, you need the money to survive in this world, but you can't take it with you when you're dead and gone. And I think me being in hospital twice, and then obviously seeing my dad in a laying there in a coffin, knowing that I can't bring him back, and nobody would ever replace him, feels as if part of the family's gone. So I've nobody else to turn to. So the whole idea was, and then when they actually did sanction my money, as in last year, as in March, and they were like, well, and I was like, well, what am I supposed to live on? I can't get a job because obviously what's happened with in the marriage and all the rest and blah blah blah. I don't have a driving license. I don't have a forklift license, so it's harder for me to get work, full time employment. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to live on? But then I was fighting the case because obviously the leg, it was a mobility part I was fighting. Well, if I can't move, because if I don't have this leg, how am I supposed to move? How am I supposed to get around? And that was, to me, coins was a backup plan. But I'm not out there for people to donate. That's not the idea. If people want to donate, I'll take it. But that was the whole idea, was to give sunshine. Was to give something. It was to give something back. It was to give something back to the community. Because I'm not just in the community for as to buy coins. I'm trying to think of other ways to help our community. And the whole idea was to buy coins for America and bring them into UK, so it cut down the shipping cost, as in from people buying it for America. So that, but I didn't want. I'm not saying that they have to buy off of me. It's not. That's not the thing. It was to join two communities together. That was the whole idea behind it. It's to join two communities together, so that we all benefit from it. Because there's coins that the Americans want over there, because obviously there's the coins are missing. There's certain coins that's missing, and then nobody knows exactly where they are. No, because that's Mercury Dime. That's Mercury Dimes. That's 37. That's 37D. Jeff has got a lot of nice coins as well. 1936S. That's Mercury Dimes. There's one in 1926 EF. 1926. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking for the ones that I don't have, or the ones that I'm. Because usually I don't. It took me ages to actually pick, as in older ones. That one says. That says dark toned. That one. It's actually dark toned. There's the back of it. I know that sunshine's bright. Because there's 1919D. It took me ages to think me even buy, as in like the older ones. Because there's one for like 1897. It's because I look at them and I go, that's because of the age of them, because of how worn they are, and I'm like, do I actually buy them? Are they actually worth buying? And there's actually a value in them. Is there actually a value in them? But then obviously, if it's been at the right money at the right time, because that's what I usually do in an auction, I wait a bit until the price goes accordingly. and then I'll go, that's worth buying. That's $3 or $5 for that, or $7 for that. I'm like, that's the right money. I'm going to buy that. I usually go for a lot of. That's what I'm saying. I usually go for if it starts at. See, it's like Andrew turning and saying, laughing about the Gregs or the Rolls, right? But the thing is, in an auction, they'll turn around and say 1961 or whatever, or 1974. I'm just using this as an example. 1974 roll, $1. I'll see it at $1 and I'll go, I'll bid 4 or I'll bid 5 for that. But it's not a case of, if I win it, I win it. If I don't, I don't. But then I'm not going to turn around and say to somebody, by the way, I didn't win. I don't want people thinking that I'm bidding the prices up, that I'm an underdog. So I don't want people thinking that I've been told to do things in different auctions. I don't want that people thinking that. So if I turn around and put my hand up for something, it's then my property. I've got to pay for that. And I'm not going to email them in terms of, by the way, can I put that back? That makes me look stupid in front of them, because in a real auction house, you don't do that. If you walked out as in an auction house and didn't pay for your goods, you'll get banned for that auction house. You won't get let back in. And they will hang me watch for you coming back in and out, and then they'll pick the phone up and turn around and say, by the way, watch such and such. If he comes into your auction, he bids for stuff, but he doesn't pay for it. Doesn't come back for it. He runs out of the auction house. Don't do that. If I bought it, I bought it. It's mine. It's bought and paid for. It's done. If I didn't have the money, I wouldn't be bidding in the auctions for it in the first place. Son. Blinding the day. I know, guys, it's blinding, that sun. Hi ho. I did see you. That was 1962 dime. 1962 D dime. There's a couple of quarters. They're both 2020. They're both 2020s. What's that got on it? It's a tree that's on it. Andrew's right. I need to actually start doing like shorter mail calls, or not shorter mail calls, but actually when I'm going through the coins, as in do them in smaller lots, as in like a dime, do like the dimes and that, show off the dimes. 19 years, 1956. That's what I'm saying. Everybody, see, the thing is, everybody's after the silver. Everybody's after the silver, after the ones that are silver. I don't always go after the ones that's silver. There's 1952s. 90% silver. There's 1950. No, because I'll sort of pick the better ones out, and I'm like, right, I'm keeping the ones, because that was the whole idea, was to get the year dates. It wouldn't be a mail call, Andrew. I'd probably name it something else. Name it looking at dimes or something, as in looking at dimes, or looking at Wheaties. I'll come up with something. I'll come up with a name of some sort, or I'll think of something, and then it'll come to me. It takes time, as in for something to come to me, and I'm like, and then when I think about it, I'm like, all right, because I want to be able to do, like, as in where, because I miss a lot of the ones where we used to just do, like, as in when Lemonhead would do, like, it wasn't a meal call, it was just like a get together. I actually miss them, and I keep saying to Hi-Ho about doing them again, because Hi-Ho used to be there, and it used to be fun just to hang out. And then somebody would start pulling out their collection of coins, and they'd be like, "Look what I got," and it'd be like, you'd be like, "Oh wow, you've got that," and then somebody, it was like a game. It was like a game of seeing who had won better than who. It was like a game, and it was quite good. Looking at they will think you're showing very pretty calls. Good one, Hi-Ho. No, because there's quarters. That sun's blinding, and I'm trying to think, how am I going to get rid of that sun?
Hey, here you go, Alex. Watch the roasting. How are you going to get rid of the sun? Just turn the blind.
I'm trying to do a thing. I'm doing a live now.
You turn your hand as the flaps the other way. Turn the flaps the other way and then blink.
It's fine.
That's what I do. That's how I can watch my telly without the sun hanging on my telly.
Because there's another quarter. That's a 20.
Either that or get a curtain, put it out the blind.
Out of 2020s with a butterfly on it. Because there's Marsh Billings, Rockefeller, 2020. It says proof on it. And there's a 2020s, as in near about. There's a bat hanging upside down. That's what I've got in the start one of stash boxes. Is that? That one looks like fun. That's weird farm. That's weird farm. Stick upside down, wrong way up. Put it wrong way up. No, because it's in. Joe's put it into the vent. Joe's put it into like wee baggies. It's all in wee baggies. As in the wee baggies. See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you get a title and you're trying to figure out the title, what to title something, but you sort of don't. If you make it like as in two, like if it's just normal title, nobody as in comes in because they're like, it's just the usual. But if you title it differently, to them it's like if you make it so that it's sort of catchy, there's more chance as in people coming in to look at it. Somebody's put our flag, our country, one nation. And let's see what. Our flag, our country. And then let's get the writing on the back. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, and indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, as it says in the back here. Because I always wondered whether they actually come out a proof set or whether they come out a different set altogether. Because there's $1966. That's Canadian. I don't know, because the chats went quiet. The chats went quiet now. Because there's 60. That was 66. There's 65. That's 65. That's 65 Canadian. I saw that other week and I was like, hang me, and I looked at something and I was like, I've got that, and I was like, I'm not going to bid on that, and I was like, I think I've got that already, and I was. It just went quiet. Hi-ho, I just wondered, that was all, because it went quiet, and I'm thinking, well, I wonder if it's StreamYard's as in itself, because nobody was talking. It's sort of everybody's kind of sort of kicking in other places at the moment. Oh, you're joking. I don't believe that. They're another 1965, as in Canadian. I've actually got two of them. I didn't even know I bought two of them the same. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes I do that. I won't tell on you. It's the weekend, isn't it? I just don't drink. I don't touch the stuff. I haven't done it for a long time. Nah, I don't know how long ago the last time I had an actual drink. They're 1979 Canadian. No, Joe and Diane's not here. Hi ho. I'm just doing the mail call. Or one of the mail calls. There's 1980. There's 1980 Canadian. Because it says 80%. I think it says 50. See a 50% or it says 80%. That one looks like 50, but I don't think so. Unless somebody's done it quick. It says 50%, that one. Because it's 1980. That one. It's Sunday here, Taiho. What are you doing your own time? Nothing doing me. You doing the privacy of your own home? In 1979. Definitely. See, that looks like the thing that says 50%. That looks like 50 to me. That's that one done. I'm sweating now. I'm actually sweating in here. But then it's been warm out there and I didn't have the window open either. Come on, you wee bugger, get it back in there. Get in there, you bugger. You wee bugger. No, because usually what I do is I try and get a mail call done and then ding me and then I'll go into something. As I don't stay in the same thing, I tend to do one thing and then I'll go into a different thing altogether. I don't do it like as in I'll go into like do a mail call and then I'll do something else and then I'll wait for another and then I'll wait for other stuff. That's number 4. It's baggie number 4. I hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 4. We've done that one there, so that one's done. That's number 4. That's a number 4 as well. It says number 4 package. Because I want to be able to see it as well, but I want to show it so people can see it and realise as in how good a quality it actually is, or condition, how good a condition it is, the stuff. That's number 5. That's the last one after them ones. I want to see what's in them. That feels like that's square. I wonder what's in that. Oh, what have we here? Oh, what have we here? Oh dear, what a calamity. Oh dear, what a calamity. I wonder what we've got in here. I wonder what it is. I think I know what it is. It's a dragon eye. It's a dragon eye. Andrew, that's one. That's 1 coin. That's 2 coins, because that one's made into a ring. You get that one on bottom, and then you've got that's 2. That's 1. So there's 3 in that. So it's 1, 2, 3. That's 4, 5. So it's the time and labour that goes into that, because that's so sold. It's so soldered. That's actually soldered. I know. That's another one. That's what I'm saying. The unusual pieces will get kept in my collection. Even if I was that stuck, no way I would sell that. That's unusual. To me, that's unusual. I'd need to be really. See, my old man was one of these people, if he was really, but then his problem was the drink, and he would sell everything. Didn't matter what it was. There was nothing that, if he get the right money for it, it was gone. I'm not. I'm sort of like, I'll keep bits. It'd be really, really bad before I would, because it's the time involved as in to try and get a piece like that. And that's nice, that as in that you're right. It's all handmade or hand done. The time it's involved in that, and then that's like a one-off piece, that, because every time he does one, it'll be better than the next one. Every time he does one, so more different. But he's using copper coins or silver coins to do it. I knew I had it. I was waiting for certain bits. And there's bits telling me it didn't matter how skint you got, you would be like, no, there's no way. You would physically starve. See, as long as you ding me, as long as you keep paying your rent, your bills, your bits and pieces. I pay, like, my mum. I've got a thing set up with mum that she gets paid, like, my money that I get fortnightly. I've got a standing order for like £100. So mum gets £100 of that. It comes off. As long as I've got a roof over my head, food in my belly, So it matters. That's just added bonus. Just added bonus that. That's what I'm saying. That's a piece that we know. It's like that back stash box I showed. That won't come out either. It's like that bell. That bell will not come out either. As that'll stay in my clone collection. I had a funny feeling it was when I felt it, I was like, there's something down me, and I twigged. I was like, but see, if I was going to start buying unusual pieces, it would need to be at the right money, Andrew, to tell me. But then, why would it's like George last night. George is like elongated pennies, and he's like, "Are you into them?" I was like, "Mm-hmm." And he's like, "Make me an offer." As soon as George is like, "Make me an offer," I didn't want to insult the guy, but I was like, "Well, I want them as cheap as possible." And I was like to George, and George is like, "I need the money. I've got too much stock or whatever. I didn't realise he's short of money. He needs the money. I don't want to kick a guy when he's down." But I was like to George, I was like, "I'll give you $2. I was like, "I'll give you $2. What 1 ounce you got in that package? What one? This one. That one's quite a thing, mate. This one was quite heavy. I don't know. Don't know how much that would be in weight. That I'm trying to think what you're asking, because I'm a bit lost. That is quite heavy. That I don't know. I could weigh it and I could weigh it at some point. Tell you. That's what I'm saying. That's not silver. That's copper. That's copper. It's copper, that one. Oh, 1 ounce silver rounds. Aye, there's a couple of Canadians. It doesn't say thing. It doesn't say 1 ounce on them. As in, they say 50%. Says 50% silver. There's a couple that I've found me. I've got doublers. Canada's Canadians, and that other one I was saying to you about, as in the buffalo. It's no. The one that ding me, the one that I said to you about, it's not got that one's got it's like a spot in the middle. It's belly. The other one's not. It's an actual. It's bison on the front. It's bison on the rear, and it's got the Indian on the front. The Indian on the front. It's very much like that, but except it's not got the spot. It's not got a spot like a spot in the middle of the bit on that. As in the middle of it, the one that I've already paid for it. Limhead's been paid for it, but I was like, because you said about it, dang me, it wasn't because you were pestering me about that. I just didn't. I wasn't selling it. And then when I saw the other one, I was like, oh, I know. I was like, I know how to buy that. I know how to have that. I was like, instead of mithering me and pestering me, because I know you'd have done. It's like my dad. If you kept on at my dad, as in kept nipping at him, he would eventually turn around and say, "Do you have it?" Or he would end up selling it. And I was like, and if you start mithering me, I know I would have gave in to you. And I was like, instead of giving in to you, I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I know how I'll have that. If he's not got it already, I was like, if he's not got it already, he'll buy that. But you'll need to keep, as I'm saying, keep up to date with everything that you've purchased, so that don't put it on the PayPal notes. Just send me on Messenger. You owe me such and such. It's for that one, or it's for that sale. So I remember, because it means then I know. Because I'm getting so mixed up now, confuddled. I know you had your 2 bits for Lemonhead. I know there's 2 others that's for Lemonhead. I know that you rode on an elephant. So I know that, but I'm thinking to myself, if she bought one as an aft, because you're purchasing them as I'm purchasing them, and then we're waiting for them to come in. And that's why I say to you, I don't use the money that you put in my account. It's still lying there because I know I owe you, because it means then I don't have to take it out of my bank account. If you end up turning and say, well, I want that money back because you took too long, I bought it elsewhere, I would refund you back. That's what I say to you. I'd rather see you happy customers. As soon as I know you're happy 100%, I know then that I can use that money, because that money's for other coins. That money will go for other coins. It helps me. So it's because I get worried when my bill comes in. I'm like another £100. Because you don't think about it. It's like Mum says. It's like you go to a shop and it's only £2. So you pick that up. You go to the next stall and you go, that's £4. But when you start adding that up and you go, what's the bill at the end? And you go, £100 and odd. You're like, what? You nearly fall flat in your face, because you're like, if I actually spent that money, and instead of you feeling ashamed or whatever, when you got to that till, you're not going to turn around and tell me can I put that back? You'd feel embarrassed. You'd feel ashamed, as in to turn around and tell them to put it back. Because you don't, because you just go like that, because that's how they move, as in a retail shop. They tend to move stock about, because that's what they're hoping, that you see other products and pick it off the shelf. But I do it with coins, because I love coins. I got into the thing, so now it's a habit. I pick it up and I'm like, I don't have that one. I want that one. Or I would like that. I don't say I want it. I want it. I usually say I would like that. I would like that. But I know when money starts running down, that's when I sort of start holding back, and then it's not that I disappear for auctions. I just don't go into them, because I know straight away if I go into that auction, I'm going to buy something. I know I'm going to buy it. There might be something that I see and I go, I want to buy that because it's the right time, or I feel it's the right time to buy it. Because eventually the stuff will dry. Stuff will dry up in America. It'll dry up, and then you won't be able to get hold of it, and then it'll end up the price of it will end up climbing. That's what's happening now. It's steadily climbing. You try to buy it at the right time while it's still low. Because I'm not really one for as in putting heavy prices on stuff. Because I don't want people turning around and saying he's too dear to buy off. I don't buy, because that's what happens. You have a customer and they see the price, it's too dear. But instead they're saying, well, I'm one of these people that if I say a price to somebody and they feel it's too dear, I would rather them haggle. Because sometimes but then when you're buying, like when Andrew's buying for me, I don't put a lot of money on it. I only put a small bit on it. It's only just to cover the over, because that's exactly what it's to do. It's to cover the overheads. It's to cover the overheads, just so I know I've covered the overheads. I've covered that expenditure. So it's covering me for the shipping and all the rest, the bits and pieces. Because there's times where they ding me that I've no turning and says to Andrew, well, it's another £4 on that on top of that. As in, because you still owe me for shipping for America, and then you owe me as in for postage for United Kingdom. I try to roll it into what, because that's what they do on eBay. When you see this free postage, everybody thinks there is a thing that's free postage. There's nothing that's free postage. It's added onto the price or the starting price at the start, or they're hoping for it bidding more than what it should go for, or the value of it will creep up because they'll be too into it, hoping that they'll make money out of it and manage to pay for the shipping cost in that while they're bidding in it. But a lot of times, a lot of the dealers actually add the price onto the starting price before you even start. And it says, and the only reason they use this free postage is to capture you. It's a draw. It's like a draw, so it draws you in, so you will buy it, or hoping that you'll buy it. I don't like charging people a lot of money for stuff because I want it to be affordable. As that was the whole idea behind the channel, was to make it affordable, to keep the costs to a bare minimum, like the PayPal cost, because the PayPal take, every time that somebody purchases off you, they take 3% off of that. So every time that, if like Andrew, say for instance, for an example, pays me £35, they take 3% off of that. So they take £2 or £1.50 off me every time. And it's not like, they know there's money going into that account, because I don't do the friends and family. Because I want people to be able to feel that there's a bit of protection behind there, that they can get their money back. Because it wasn't it's not really, I love the buzz of buying it at auctions, of getting it out of the auction in the first place, be able to see it up close, be able to hold it. George was talking about them the other night or yesterday. I knew I had ones. There's a train. This is $10 gaming token. $10 gaming token. Because Joe's gave us some more in a couple of capsules. I know, I wasn't even worried about the money, because I knew, once you've see when I know you've agreed a price, or we've agreed a price, and it's like you said, we take 36 for that, and I was like, well, no, it's got to be 38, because I know what I paid for it. I had to give a wee bit stronger at the time, because I was like, Hidden was bidding for it, and it wasn't the fact he doing it because I was trying to be wide. It wasn't the case. I saw it and I fell in love with it, and then when I explained that I really wanted it, he then had to bid a couple of pound more for it. So it ended up and it was going higher and higher. Every time I was bidding for it, it was going higher and higher and higher. And I knew sort of roughly what you would sort of accept, or what was acceptable price. Because the last one, you told me to bid 42 for it, and I was like, I'll bid another couple of pound for it, and then I'm jumping at it. I was like, if it goes to 47, 48, or near the 50, I'm jumping at it. I was like, I'm jumping into it because I was like, that'll save as and Andrew keep on at me for the other one. I know. I know. But that's what I'm saying. I always stick a wee bit extra in for you, Andrew, because you're a regular. That's what I'm saying. It's like a regular client. You're not a regular client now. You're a friend as well. You've become a friend. So it's sort of, it's hard to sort of to get that balance out because you're like, as a client, so you're trying to keep it business sense, but then they become a friend and you're like, how do you know what I mean? There's got to be a balance here, and you're like, hold on, do you know what I mean? And I don't want you feeling like every time that I message you, it's only for to buy stock. It was because I saw it and I was like, Andrew said about that buffalo. I was like, and then as soon as I seen it, I was like, I wasn't going to buy it at first because I was like, I'm short of money, and then I'm like, but as soon as I seen it, I was like, I'm going to get that because I knew you were not. When you're not about in a sale, he'll know that you're a wrench, right? The Lemonheads gave you a wrench, right? Now, I've got no bones about as in you having that wrench, right? I'm not because I was there first and I should have that wrench and all that kind. I couldn't care less about a blow spanner. As long as I can skate, as that's what I said to people, as long as I can get into a channel and I can skate amongst the blue spanners, I'm quite happy because there's a lot of, when you've got a blue spanner, there's a lot of things that you're respected, and the host is hosted. You've got to be there for the host, and the hosting means you have to watch the hosts back. No, that Karen, I can't deal with that. So I was like, it didn't matter to me, but because you weren't there in that sale, I was like, Andrew's went to his bed, or he's in another thing. When I was hoping you were going to come in. And then when I didn't see you, and I'm like, well, the only thing I can do is I can bid for it. If Andrew doesn't take it, somebody else will buy it. Somebody else will buy it. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, thought of Andrew straight away. I was like, Andrew, I'll give Andrew first refusal of that. If Andrew's Disney, and if Andrew says no to it, somebody else will buy it. I'll keep it for a bit. I'll show it. Somebody else will fall in love. Somebody else will fall in love with it, and they'll give me a bit more. They'll give me a bit more for it. Oh, I'm always on the lookout, Andrew. Don't think I'm not looking out for you, buddy. I'm always silver. I know exactly because you've told me. I know it's a pain. I know what if because it means then I've got to put a cloth over it and all the rest because I'm nearly a bit finished, Andrew. I've just another couple of ones and then I'm done with that. I'm done. And I'm disappearing. I'm off. Probably end up at Dingley at Dusty's. If Dusty's still on, the time I'm finished. I don't want to start interview, but then I know. I wonder if I can put my back against it. I know. Because here's the thing, mate. We just need to work with it, Andrew, at the moment. I'm not going to time because it means I've got to start jumping up and down and all the rest to deal with it. You're a Kruger hand. That's a Kruger hand. You're a Kruger hand. That's 2020. That's 2021 Kruger hand. They are shut. Their blinds are shut, and the still sun's coming through them because the sun's up high. There was one of the Looney Tunes that George was showing the other night. They're a Looney Tune. I didn't have that one. They're the one with looks as if it should be a totem pole. I know I'm trying to get through them. There's a victory one. And there's a painted D-Day hat. And there's a painted D-Day hat. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep, because that's what I want to do, Andrew. I want to keep like a thing, me, like I want to keep ones like samples, but I like some of them will go into my own collection, and then eventually ding me. So if somebody turns around and says, by the way, I'm looking for such and such, as in that's in the UK, I can then go into a box and turn around and say, by the way, I've got that, and be able to show it, and then them turning and saying, is there any chance can you get a hold of that? I know exactly where to go for that. Hi Bill 457. Because I would be quite happy somebody turning and saying, well, this is what I want to pay for it. I want to pay that for it. And me turning and say, well, I or nay, and say, well, no, it's going to cost you, it'll be that, it's going to cost you that. Because that was the whole idea, Andrew, was instead of as in everybody being in the same place, it means if there's one watching everybody or one watching out for everybody and knows exactly what people's are or what people's after and what they're willing to pay for it, at least then I've got an idea. Don't know what the hell that was there. Something fell. I heard it. I heard it go. Number 3. It's number 3, look. I had it in the chair there and it's fall off the chair. No, because I'll just ding me. I've got, that's what I'm saying, Andrew. I got two other bits, and then number 5, and then I'm coming off. That's me done for the day. I've done what I had to do. Because I'm still organising things. I'm still going through things yet. The days where I'm like, I can't be bothered doing nothing, and I just lay there and I'm like, I can't be bothered. And then there's other days where I'm like, I need to do that. It was like the other night, I was like, I need to tidy this room up, and I was like, picking bits of paper, and I'm like, right, that can go in the bin. And then the ones that paper that I wrote on, I was like, right, that can go in the bin. I don't need that bit. And then I maybe have an email address, and I'll rip part of the paper and go, right, keep that so I know that email address, and then put the rest into the shred, because Mum's got a shredder, so everything now goes through the shredder. This looks like another Canadian bit. If it's not, then it's an American piece. I know these boxes like the back of my hand. Mental authenticity. Oh, come on out. I've never ever seen yet a 1981 Susan B. Anthony in a box like that. I've never yet seen one done like that yet. I've got a full set. It's actually bigger than that. Andrew. It's a full set. I'm talking a full set. It's like a big. The actual tray is like that. It's black. It's a black box. It's It's about that. As Lemonhead was talking about it when last Tuesday's like Alex got a lot of good. Alex bought a lot of nice stuff off me. And we were talking about as in he was showing something. I think it was Susan B. Anthony or Saki Wajia's, and Lemonhead's like Alex got a full set of him, or he bought a month ago or last year, and he's right. I've got a set that's got all the different year dates, Susan B. Anthony's, and they're actually encapsulated, and it's a false black box. The box is like that. It's about the size of the thing with that capital one, Andrew, with a sense in it. It's very much. It's not plastic like that, but the box itself is about that long. Be about that wide, and in it, it's like two rows, encapsulated, and they're all, every one of them is Susan B. Anthony's, and they're all the different year dates and the different mint marks. But I've never seen it done like that before. I didn't know they'd done it like that. High muscle. That's a velvety box, that. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes the thing with people's like, much as the price that sometimes I don't remember. I go into an auction and ding me, that's cheap. That's worth buying. That's worth buying. That one's worth buying. That's worth buying. Because I know the thing, that's what I'm saying. When it starts going over it's sort of, or it starts going heavy, then I know it's like that. It was like that. There was something last week. What was that? Was that it? Was that at CoinOps sale? It was at CoinOps. It was either at CoinOps sale or somebody else. Was it CoinOps? I don't remember it being it. I don't think it was at Joe's. I think it was at CoinOps. There was a CoinOps and it was a display. It looked like an aluminium case. And it was a roll. It was a roll, but the roll was like that. And it was different year dates. And it was a full case. I swear to God, it looked like a case for like a guitar or a trombone goes into. And I seen it, and I think it was what did that go to? $180. I can't remember when it started out. It was 110, 105. I can't remember what the starting price on it was anyway, but I think it went to about 100. I think it done $170. I walked out at the event, but I was into bidding for it because I was like, I really like that, and I was like, because I knew the money was coming in for my monthly, and I'm like, and I knew it was like on the 12th or whatever, and I'm like, if my money's in, or I knew it was sort of near enough money coming in, and as soon as that, but I was like, that's going to end up in my collection. I knew straight away, it was like, that's going to be in my collection, but it was because it was the case itself, because of the way it was in the case, the aluminium case. I think it was, Bill. I think it was. It was a display one with the thing, mate. I went in there heavy, and I wasn't going to give up. And then I hung me, and then when it went, as I said, it was like one of the ones where it's like you putting up your hand for a car, and you're like, how far am I going to go with this? And I was like, and I kept going for it, and then eventually I bowed out. I was like, it's getting too hot. It's getting too hot for me, and I was like, I'm finished. I'm finished, you want it, and it was another person bidding for it. I was like, you, Karen, I was like, you want it, you have it at 180. But I had the price in my head. I was like, if that goes, I was like, the value of that is about, I'm like, in my own head, I was like, $200 easy. It's $200 easy for that. And I was like, that sting me. Whatever the starting price was, I was like, that's worth that. That's worth that to bid for that. Bill. It was the one with the metal case. The one with the metal case. The long metal case. The long metal case. I gave her a good run for her money. I tell you that much. I saw it and I was like, I like that. I like the case. I like the way it is. Because I wanted to see what was inside it. Because they were all I think they were all individually in the roll. They were all individually packed. That's what I liked about it. I was like, I'm on the thing, mate. Another black bag. Something tell me that's another stash box. That's another stash box. It's because the other one was ding me with that. Because the other one, and I said the other one was is only one. It's like one coin. That one's like a double. That one's like a double. No, Andrew, that's not the same one. It's not the same one. Honest to God, I swear in my life, it's not the same. It's not the same one. It's not the same. This is the different one, but it's sting me. It's similar to the other one. The back quarter. The other one. It's actually bigger. It's actually bigger in size. That one. The other one's only it's sort of that. It's that. It's only got one ring on it. It's actually, if you notice it, the other one. I knew about this one. I saw it and I was like, I like that. Because I think the back's only came out in 2020, I think. That's what I'm saying. It's like Andrew was saying there, because that's for the spin. Because that's for the spin. That's for the spin the wheel. The same as the slabs. Because I need to sort out slabs that I bought as the ones that is for the other idea. Because I might incorporate it into the one for the wheat penny auction. I might include it. I don't know yet. I'm still sort of like that, and with ideas. That can go away. So that's number 4 done. That's 4. 4. I think 3 fell. I thought I heard that 4. That's number 2. No, guys, because I'm just about finished. That's me putting everything away just about. So that's nearly nearly the live stream finished. I just ding me the last bit. I just double check and make sure there's nothing fell on the floor. I know, Bill. That was a nice thing, mate. It was the way it was done, as in the display box and all that. I wasn't bothered if I didn't, but if I didn't win it, I wasn't really bothered. It's because I wanted to basically see it. I wanted to see it in front of me. I was like, if I buy that at hang me, I can see that in front of me. I want to see what it looks like, as in actually up close, actually touch it, actually hold it. But I knew it was a lot of money's worth. I knew straight away. And I was like undecided about it at the start, and then I was like, I'll give that a bid. I was like, I'm wanting to time me, because I was hoping there was 2 or 3s, as in 2 or 3 people going to bring into that as soon as I saw it, because I was like, usually when I like something, usually somebody else likes it as well. There's 1970. There's 1971 and 1972. And 1972 and 1971. Because I actually need to sort these out as well. And then the reason why I've been buying them is because I've had another idea. I've got another idea for them as well. What I'm thinking is, if I cut them up, that's the ones that I've got. But the reason why I'm going to cut them up is because I'm thinking, what I'm thinking is, if I do the wheat pennies, and what I'm thinking is, if they bid more than I think is the wheat pennies are worth, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them an extra. And I was like, and then I was thinking about the GAW. I was like, well, I could make it into, like, if I cut a proof set up, then I could use it as a GAW as well, because I don't want it just like an auction and then not have a part where they don't get anything, like a free bit. I want to be able to do maybe 4 or 5 items, then maybe stop for a break or whatever, and then do like a GAW. But I don't know where to pick, like, a duck, because I saw George with the duck race yesterday, with the duck race, because I think that's fun, as in maybe 30s, as in that put a number 1 in the chat. George will put your name into it, and then whoever wins it, George then had a bag, and what he was doing was he was shaking the bag and then pulling like 3 coins out the bag. He was deciding how many coins he would pull out and get that person who won. That's what I'm thinking about the thing with the penny one, but I don't want people feeling that because they're bidding and then end up the bid, because I can't stop somebody from bidding what they want to pay for wheat coins or whatever. But if I feel that they paid more than a fair share for that the pennies, I'd put another couple of bits items in that poke. I wouldn't just turn in and that's not the idea. Muscle, you're always about everywhere. Because I like your avatar. As in with the guy with the thing, it looks like the Lone Ranger. 1968. That's Canadian coin set. That one's a bit That one's a bit iffy, that one there. That one's a bit iffy, that one right in the corner. That Canadian one there is a bit iffy, that one there. It's not in the best of condition, but the other bits here is. I've got a funny feeling I might have the 68 set or parts of a 68 set. But then probably hang me, I've paid less down because that's what I usually do. If I see it as not low money, I end up a bid for it. Although that it's a bit squiffy, but I wanted to be able to see that. No, I wouldn't have said. But then you're talking about as in silver goes like that. It goes kind of cloudy. And then it could be lying for the last couple of years. And then it depends on if it's as in what weather or what room it's laying. It can cause that, as in because of the metal. It's like having a metal in a car and it being out in all weathers, and it depends on the air. It oxidizes with the air because it's metal, and it can change it totally. I was like, you don't know about metal. I know about metal because my dad. That's what my dad done. His job was to spray paint and panel beater. He worked with cars that's got metal bodies. I see what I've seen what happens and what way it turns, and because you always ask yourself, why has that got holes in it? Why is that rot? Why is that rot there? How has that been caused? But the coins are it's no rot, but it's like metal fatigue or whatever, or dirt, because of how long and where it's been. Because they're like brand new sets, them, the 1977s. That's the black set. Because usually what I do is I build a set and then I'll get like 1977, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, and then what I do is if I've got the sets, then I'll go, well, they're doubles, they're getting to get sold. Number 7 and 8. Putting 2x2s in a binder. Right guys, this is finished. There's 5 in the chat, but that's what I'm saying. I don't actually turn around and say to you, don't turn around and say to somebody, well, you have to come on my panel. But then if somebody wants to come on my panel, I would rather them turn and say, hey Malik, can I get the link for that thing, mate? Can I get a link? Because it was like Saturday, I was like, I want to show thing, because Lou was talking about what was it? Lou was saying about her postal guy stealing coins, and then there was something there about the mint or something, as in how stuff was getting held back and stuff like that. So I was like, I was like, can I get the link one? Each time we come up on panel, I want to show you something. But it was me wanting to show, as in that I would, how I buy stock. But see, I don't buy it off of big companies, because with big companies, there's so many big companies out there, and some of them are reputable companies. But being online, you have to do a lot of research and a lot of checking and making sure everything's spot bang on before even buying for a company or something you think is a company. And that's what I was talking about. And that's I was saying to you, Lou, as in that the reason why I buy off our coin community is because I trust our coin community. That's why I buy off, and that's why I buy the way I do. That's why I buy it the way I do. It's because I know that I can trust them. And I know that it's genuine. I know that it's genuine coins. Because you go into there's somebody doing coins that's shaped like 50p piece. I was looking on that person's website, and it didn't say nothing about they were genuine. They were genuine coins, and they said about they were putting them on eBay. So I looked the description of eBay, and on it says on it, made China, or it says manufacturer, and on the corner of it, I saw China on the corner of it, and I was like, that's Chinese copies. See, the mint, when our coins are done by a Royal Mint, the coins they make them in house, but they have the treasury and they have all the law, as in because they're told by the treasury, as in to do the coins, but the coins that were getting produced by a certain person are not the quality of the coins as in that get made at the Royal Mint, and it's not because I'm against that person. It's not that at all. You look at something and you know straight away. You look at a coin. It's like somebody mass producing a coin, and you look at it and you go, that don't look right. It don't look nothing like the genuine, because that's exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for a genuine coin, because the value of a genuine one to a fake, there's like £4 or £5 a difference. But it's like you trying to sell a fake, and somebody knows, they know straight away. An actual coin dealer or a coin collector can tell you that's not a genuine coin, and they know how to check it. And that's why I watch because I don't purchase coins off at eBay, because there's a lot of sellers out there, but there's a lot of reputable sellers out there, but you have to build that trust with them and know that that's 100% the description of everything, because when you're buying something, it's on your own discretion. It's on your own discretion. They don't force you into buying that item. But when you're trying to get your money back, that's when the problem starts. As you're trying to, it's like me selling something and it's not the genuine article, and somebody emails me and says, by the way, you sold that and it's not a genuine article. What are you going to do about it? You've got to make a decision. Are you going to give them money back? Are you going to take that product back? And it's like any reputable company, that's what you're hoping that whatever their return policy is, they'll stand on that. I don't like getting into all the talk about companies and all the rest, because I don't like, because I'm not, it's not as if I'm bashing anybody, but I'm trying to explain, as in, if I was buying coins elsewhere, I'm not talking about the coin community. I'm not talking about as in the people that's on YouTube. I'm talking about outside of YouTube. But a lot of thing as in, there's somebody is on YouTube that actually sell products on eBay or have an eBay account where they sell items on. But it's like you with the description, it's like it's the buyer themselves has to be wary as in especially when buying items. I'm sort of trying to make a point, but I don't know the point I'm trying to make or the point I'm trying to say about or the way I'm trying to put it. But I don't want to feel that as in people feeling that I'm bashing as in the way the world is and stuff like that, and if for people to take pity on me. That's not what I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to it's like somebody new coming into coins, because I'm still there. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I only been I started when I was younger. I started picking up coins like the old threepenny bits, because my dad used to talk about the 10 bob note and the threepenny bit. And it was one time where I wanted to see it, and eventually I know, Bill, I was trying to ding me, but I don't want to start naming names and people thinking that I'm bashing, and then you've got ones that are turning and say, but there's like at the moment there's a thing going about that this other channel's bullying this other person, and because he's bigger with the subs and all that this person's me jealous and all that carry on, and it's not that at all. It's like you, when you're buying, you've got to be wary. You've got to be wary, but you've got to be as in scrutinise what you're buying. But it's when you're buying for these big companies and you don't get your product, that's when you start having to deal with what has to be done, or the emails and all the rest. And then I'm talking about like as in with a big company, as in about their return policy, because that's what Lou was going on about, as in how that she got items from somebody else. They posted them. The postman, there was no coins in it. The package was ripped, and she felt that it was a postman that had done it. But it's like you having no proof of something, is somebody doing something, and you having no proof that it was them that done it. I wouldn't see too many coin companies popping up, Bill. The more reputable ones I would say is the Canadian one, Royal Mint, which is UK, Perth. But then some people are turning around saying that some of the coins for Canada at the moment, there's a slight problem about the coin itself. I think it's something to do with the metal. It's coming out milky, or there's spots on it or whatever. So there's people that's actually, I've heard people that's turning around saying about slight complaints and stuff like that at the moment. And that's the thing. It's like you taking a coin and then 6 months later or a couple of months later, it starts to go milky or whatever, and you go, I don't like that coin. I don't like the way it's looking. But then a lot of these companies, you've got like a return policy that is like either 30 days or 60 days. You can actually return it, but there's clause in that return policy. And it was like Lou was saying that she'd ordered stuff or whatever, and it hadn't come yet, or as in the release date yet, as in, or they discontinued it, but then they told the customers, as in that bought them, that they were out of stock of them. And instead of returning the money back, they were hoping that the customer then takes another item instead. See, it's like that one we had with the problem with Amazon, and then I was like, I emailed them back 3 times, but the only reason I emailed them back 3 times is because the tubes that they sent me were the wrong tubes. It was actual coin capsules, but it was explained in the description it was either coin capsules or tubes. But in the picture, on the picture itself, it showed actual tubes. It didn't show coin capsules. And then I thinged them back 3 times, explaining that I wanted the thing with the tubes. But instead of them taking the order and saying to me, well, we've got the tubes, but this is where you need to, as in it's not that listing. This is the listing, the item listing number. This is where you need to go. They never done that. Because I emailed them back 3 times, they eventually time me turn and says, well, you can keep the capsules that we sent you. We'll refund you your money back. It will refund you your money back. It wasn't my money I wanted back in the first place. I ordered the capsules. I saw them in the picture. Hoped that that's what the thing we ordered, as in it was like a bulk load of quantity of 10. So I ordered quantity of 2 lots, and when it came, it was it was actual coin capsules, and it was for to put the 74. What it was, Bill, was to put the 74 rolls in. That's what I said to Andrew, because I asked Andrew's advice, and Andrew says, what to do is unwrap the tinfoil. I think he would, because I says to Andrew, I says, what looks better? So I put a picture out, and I says on Messenger, I says, well, what do you think is better? And I showed them the difference between them wrapped in tin foil or them putting them in a capsule or putting a tube. And Andrew says, that one looks better than what that does. So then I thought, well, I'll order. What I'll do is I'll take all the tin foil off them, because I unwrapped one of them and I found out that they were all still in bank rolls. Somebody had done it so that basically keep them good, as in, because obviously if you take the air away from them, it's going to keep the coins good, as in BU. Somebody obviously knew what they were doing, and I thought, well, the only way to sell them is to properly present them. So Andrew said to me, it looks better and the thing and the coin and the tubes. So I says, right, I'll go and order tubes. And that's when I went and ordered tubes. But instead of me ordering them off a Lemonhead, because I knew how long it would take to get from Lemonheads to here, and it meant then that I would take up room in my shipping box, I decided that I'd go on Amazon. Because everybody told me, go on Amazon. If you need stationery or supplies out, go on Amazon. There's a better chance of getting it on Amazon, and you get a better deal. I know, but the picture showed that it was supposed to be tubes, and when they turned up, they weren't tubes at all. They were coin capsules. I went, I don't want capsules, because I didn't want to, because it meant then that if I put them into capsules, it meant I had to bust the actual roll open, and I've got like 20 odd, like 15 odd rolls, because I was like, well, I don't need all 15 of them. I only need maybe 2 rolls to keep, because that was the whole idea, is to take 2 coins out a roll, and then to sell the rest of the roll, or use it for GAW, or use it if I can't sell the coin singly. What I was deciding is to use them as GAWs, or to put them into as in smaller lots, like as in what Joe does, and put like 2 coins or 5 coins into a small lot, and start them at a cheap price, and let everybody bid on them, but half decent quality, the good quality ones. That was the whole idea. Right, guys, I'm going to go anyway, because I've had this me down me. I've done what I've had to do. I'll hang me, as in I've done the thing me, the 5. I've done the parcel, because I've got, that's what I'm saying. I'm not opening another. because that's why I opened it, guys, because I've got, that's the same. There's another one due. So that was the first one, that's the second one, and there's a third one due in, and that's what it's to show as in what thing, because what happens is if I buy off because I don't just buy off a Joe, I maybe go to Joe's on a Wednesday or whatever, and then I maybe pop into Shibby's or whatever, and I see something that I like, or maybe at Joe Argent's. Sometimes I miss a Tuesdays, or sometimes I miss a Wednesdays because I get tired sometimes. So I might miss that, but I might have money, and I'll go, oh, I could use that. I could put that money to time mate for coins, and I'll go, right. But I know that. No, I know this one, Bill. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm leaving it because I need. What the thing is I need the watchers, but this is no. It's no to be famous or to hang me or to make it as in that I'm earning a fortune to a millionaire. It's not that at all. I've a goal in mind. I've a goal in my head, and I want to be able to reach that goal. It's to prove to myself. It's actually to prove to myself that I can do something. I can do something worthwhile. I want to be able to make my dad proud, because I feel as if I've wasted half my life, and I feel as if I'm a failure in life. That everything I've ever done is I've failed at it. I want to be able to turn around and say, well, he's proud of me up there. Well, he might not be here, but then I can look up the clouds and turn around and say, Dad would be proud of me if he saw what I achieved. But this is not it. I'm not out to rip people off or to take a fortune out of people. I'm doing exactly what Lemonhead does. I'm a small dealer and dealing in coins and but I collect as well. I'm the same. I like coins. I do like the coins because I'm like, I look at something and I go, but I don't. Why a coin? I don't like the same design on the same coins. It's like the Wheaties are all the same design. It's all the same design in the back of the coin. It's like you're looking at a coin and you go, oh, I see that, and it's like you get fed up with sick of the sight of seeing the wheat one. The actual wheats, because they're all this every year date is the same design. But it's when you see something like that, which is a different reverse design on it. I like them with different reverse designs on them. I like the ones with the animals on them. I like the ones with the flags on them. I like the ones with the eagle on them. I like the ones with the wolf on them as well. I like the one with the cougar in because it's got a deer, because it's got a deer on it. But I know that as in if it's silver, it's more expensive to buy it. I know that. No, that'll get opened in another one because that'll get I'm waiting for the next box coming. I'm waiting for the next box coming in. I'm trying to keep enough content for the channel so that everybody sees new coins, so they don't see the same item. But it's like you doing eBay and you putting on items for sale, and you're putting the same 12 items. You're putting the same 12 items over and over again. People get sick of the sight of seeing it. It's the same as you doing coins, as you've done Wheaties for so long. But it's different when you do Wheaties, then you do change for as into nickels, and then for nickels and you're showing all the different what they're looking for. And people start asking you questions. What's different about that coin to this coin? And then they turn around and say, but what am I supposed to be looking for? But I'm not into errors and varieties. I know that you're supposed to, if you're searching for, because I understand why people buy rolls, because they're searching for the errors and varieties, because there's always a mistake, or there might be a mistake on a coin. So there's all sorts of errors and varieties, and different year dates are more valuable than others. I know, I understand it all, but that's what I'm saying. I understand exactly what a lot of yous are looking for, but because I buy so much yet, I only want to turn that in and out. If I'm not going to keep it, there's no point in it staying here and getting kept here. I would rather it go into somebody else's collection, and if they don't have the money for it, because it's like a new collector comes into your coin community, they don't have a lot of money to spend. They don't know what they want at first. They want to collect coins, but they don't know where to start. But if somebody gives them a break and turns around and says, well, hold on a minute, you've not got the money for coins. Maybe in 2 weeks' time or a month's time, maybe he might have the money for coins. And it's great to see somebody turn around and say, I'll give you a couple of coins. I'll give you a couple of coins. But you don't take money off them. That's how a lot of people start with addiction with drugs. Somebody offers them a bit of weed, but the dealer's there for a reason. And then he turns around and says, well, the next one that I'm going to give you, I've only been doing it for about 2 years, Bill. I've only been doing it a year and a half, but I was doing it before then, years ago, as in when I started it, and then I went off it because I had throttling bits and that. But with Dad, I've done like when we had a stall at the Brigget, I've done car boot sales, I've done door-to-door sales, I actually got on. I'm one of these people. I'm a people's person, but because I isolated myself for the last 5 years, I'm frightened and wary of people. I get this. It's like an anxiety build up, and but then I'm one of these people that I don't want to frighten somebody off. It's like you offering them something and you turn around and say $30. They look at it and go, to them it's not worth $30 in their eyes, and they're, oh, that's too dear. Do you know what I mean? But I'm one of these people that I'm accommodating with people. I've sort of a way. I've got a tactic with people, as in that I see them, as in looking at something, I know they're interested in it, and I'll sort of work with them until I get a balance. But then I sing me something. Why did I isolate myself? Because of my ex-partner. Something happened, and she made out that I was the bad person. I then end up left the house, or get told that I had to remove myself. I removed myself, and the next day she moved a new guy in, and I was getting accused of all sorts. If she saw me out in the street or whatever, or saw me at the centre or whatever, she would tell as in who was involved, as in the thing that she saw me. So I was getting the blame for everything. So I decided that instead of bumping into her, it was better to no even go out at all. Oh, aye, Bill. But I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I was with that lassie for 14 years in my life. We were 7 years without marriage, and then we got married. But then end up years later. But she was his mum worked her out, because mum, when the first day mum met her, mum sensed something, but she couldn't put her finger on it. And she says to me about it, and she says, I don't know what it is. But then because she didn't want to feel as if that she was just as an against her, mum didn't want to feel that she was against her. So mum gave her the benefit of the doubt. But mum kept saying there was something about her. She just couldn't put her finger on it. No, she moved the person in, but she was playing about behind my back, Bill. I knew something was not right for a couple of months before it happened. That's what I'm saying. I don't go into all the, because to me, my problems, it's like my problems outside YouTube. I don't bring them into YouTube. It's not because I don't want people knowing my past. My past is my past. I can't change my past. It's like you make mistakes, you learn. That's why we make mistakes, is to learn by them, to learn by the mistakes that we made, because it's like we do something, and if you if you pick the wrong choice, there's consequences for the choice you've made. But I don't hold that against somebody, because we all make the wrong choices from time to time, or we think it's the right choice and then realise later on, as in months down the line or years down the line, that it was the wrong choice to make. And to make a rational decision, because you got to make it on the spot. You don't have time to mess about. But when you love somebody with the whole of your heart, as the saying goes, love is blind. It's like putting a set of blinkers on somebody like that, and they think they're the best person that ever existed. They worship the ground that person walks on, and everybody's turning and telling you, no, that person's not what you think they are. But you don't believe it. You won't take anybody else's word for it. And that's what Mum didn't want to happen. She didn't want us to go against her, or her to feel that her boy wasn't good enough for this lassie. But that's what I'm saying. But she wasn't a wee lassie. She was quite a broad lassie. So I mean, I've got this attraction to sort of the medium build ones. But she kept saying to me, "You've only picked me because you can't get a skinny skinny one." And then there was times where she would turn around and say, "Put your eyes back in your socket," as when she would get dressed up and that. So to me, I felt as if I was worthless. I was just a piece of dirt. Sometimes I felt like as if I was just a piece of dirt to be trod on, to be spoken the way I was spoken to, and take it. I gave her more than one chance. I gave her multiple chances, and she blew it. And it's her that'll probably be sorry for it now. But I can't. I'm not one of people. I don't forget what happened, but I forgive. And the only way to move on, not to let the past keep happening, is to move on, is to get rid of the demons. And the only way you can get rid of the demons is to face the demons, or to sort it with the person. It's like a certain person it's her son. He's on YouTube. I don't want to get into that either. That's another story as well. I've sort of told parts of the story, but I don't want to put it on the channel because I don't. It's too much. No, it's not the person that thing me. It's her son, or it would be. I was his stepdad, but his real dad in Bristol. He's only about 20. He's actually left me comment, but that's what I'm saying. There was something between me and him, and I didn't want to discuss it on YouTube, but I didn't want it affecting his channel or my channel, and then I had to put the past behind it. I had to deal with it, and put the past behind it. I'm the same, Bill. I don't talk about. There's certain things that I don't, because it gets emotional for me to tell it, and then I don't want people, as in, because the first thing is when you start telling something, it's the other people other people start judging you upon it, and then they start asking you the questions, why is this and why is that and what's this and what's that, and then they turn and say, but it's you, and then all of a sudden you get people as if they're pointing a finger at you, as in it's your fault, it's you that caused it, you're your own worst enemy. So you sort of don't go into it. But the only way is this is my way. I have a bit of enjoyment, as in, because I've met people that I seem to have got on with. I've went into a community where I feel as if I'm part of it, when without being without being judged, and that's the only way you can damage the USA coin community family is to rip them off, or to not to disrespect the coin family, the USA coin family. But they won't. They'll turn their back on you for a bit. They'll forgive you, but they'll not forget. They'll not forget it. I know, Bill. I know. There is a lot of good people on here, and that's why, thing me, it's like, to me it's overwhelming, because I've got up to 1K, and this is the reason why I put George's video out, is because George actually helped me, and it's the same with Red. If Red hadn't spoken for me or vouched for me, I wouldn't have got into Joe's. That's why I do things for people, because they've helped me along the way. They've actually helped me. So to me to feel as if I'm helping the community is to put something back. Is to either do a shout out, or as in shouting a channel out, or whatever else. Because I don't want the drama, and I don't want the hassle with it either. I don't want the hassle. I don't need to deal with the hassle, and I shouldn't need to deal with it. But it's like with two friends. It's like supporting two channels, and one channel is no friends with the other channel, and people want you to make that choice. But then you're friends with him, and you're friends with him. But then they make you feel as if you're piggy in the middle. You're piggy in the middle of it, and you're like, I don't want to be here. Because that's what's happening. That's what's happening with Lighty Collects and TGBCH. TGBCH is actually turning in and saying, it was basically what was done was, he's actually done with TGBCH is actually been, it's no banned. He's actually, because of copyright, he was putting somebody else's videos up, because I went last night I went and asked George if it was okay by George to use his video, and I put the credit rights on it as the title on it. I put on it found it buried, as on it, because when you do YouTube, you cannot copy another creator's work and call it your own. That is a copyright infringement. According to YouTube, it's a copyright infringement unless you have permission from that creator. Then you're allowed to put it on your channel. But you cannot class it as your own work, because it's somebody else that created that video. You have to put links to that person's channel, or put the accreditation to that person. Because I felt as if Andrew, George has got a channel on his own, right? Found It Buddy's got a channel on his own, right? But Found It Buddy's decided that he wants to split his content up. So he wants to keep one for magnet fishing or whatever, but he also wants to do, because George does Canadian coins, George now wants to do auctions the same as everybody else is doing. I didn't know how to do the links, so I went to George first. I didn't just do it because I knew, because sometimes this is what happens with me. Sometimes I think about something and I'll just go ahead and do it. But instead of me just going ahead and doing it, I went to George and says, George, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Is it okay to use this video or this video, because it's an intro? It's an intro for the other chat. It's an intro for the other channel, because I'm no good with the links, right? So I knew I couldn't, because I know with the description and the rest, and you have to time me and you copy the link and all the rest. So instead of me doing that, I thought, well, if I use another device and then I take the file and then put the file for there to there, because all I had to do was put the cable in anyway. So what I done was I filmed it with the other device, but I asked George's permission. Was it okay to use that video? And George says, aye, you can go ahead of it. You can go ahead. But for me, because it actually, when I put it on, when I uploaded it to YouTube, it said copyright claim on it against it. So it meant then that it couldn't be monetized because it wasn't my own content. But instead of me getting into trouble, so I explained to George. So I'm waiting for, as in if it happens that George then sees that and he disputes that, then he knows that if he disputes it, then the time it gets resolved, and the only way for it to be resolved is for me to delete it. But because I asked George permission beforehand, George said it was okay to use it. So it meant then that he would cover my back. He would cover my back for me using that content, because the permission, and the permission was the intro for the Found It Buried auction channel, because he's got another channel. He's got a secondary channel to help George, because George helped me. It was George that helped me get up to where I am, as in with the 1K. George helped me get there. So for me to give something back to George, because George is like, when I told him about me doing auctions, George is like, well, before you do it, give me the day you want to do it, the time you want to do it, and I'll do a shout out for you. And George didn't have to do that, and I felt overwhelmed by that. And I'm like, well, how can I help George? How can I help George? It's the same as Red. I'm trying to come up with different ways to help Red Billion. But I feel sometimes when I'm on the panel, he'll then turn and try and translate for me. But when he translates, he then puts it out that I said about his auction. But I want to be able to do it off my back and not feel that somebody's putting words into my own mouth, that they're making me say or making me do that. I don't want that. I feel like that, as in, or that for them to think that that's the way I'm thinking in my own head. Because Red is a good guy. But the thing is, as in with people, you have to build up like a bond. It's like a bond. You got to feel comfortable, as in with the people around you, or be in their company. And if I don't feel welcome in somebody's company, it's like me. I'm like that. I sort of start stepping back. I'm wary of you. And then when you start telling me, as when somebody starts telling me about their past, that sometimes can make me wary as well, especially if they tell me that they've got not a nice past. I don't want to hear about your past. I want to hear you as the now so that I can build up a bond with that person, because that's how I take time out with different channels to get to know that person as an actual person, not what he's done in his past record. It's like somebody turning around and saying, by the way, did you know that like we Lighty done the other week there about John White, that it was in a paper about drugs or whatever. That's John White's past. That's not for as in one a judge John on his past. But obviously there's a point that Warren's trying to make. And people are not seeing that point. He feels that TGBCH are a rip-off, are using vulnerable people as in the beg, but also TGBCH, if you don't dance his tune, he will ban you, and he'll let the mods know, get him out here. And it's happened to me. And at first I was trying to be friendly with that channel at the start, as in because I didn't know anybody as the UK coin community. I was dealing with the American family and was quite happy in the American family until John Gamble one night come through, and I think it was somebody's channel. I can't remember whose channel it was, but it was like, you need to come and see this. So a curiosity took it better than me, and that's when I found TGBCH. But as I was trying to sort of intermingle with them, they were like, we have to trust you, the rest, and blah blah blah. And I was like, you're making me feel like an outsider trying to get into this circle. It's like a clique. It's like a clique, but you're sectioning me out because I'm a newbie. The Americans didn't do that with me. They welcomed me with open arms, even though that they didn't know me. And I was treated like one of their own. Like a brother or sister. But it didn't feel like that with TGBCH. And it's been like that ever since. It's been like closed doors like that. But because Warren went his own separate ways, that's when it started coming together, because they're going away for Ian Lambert. But they think that this Mr. Ian Lambert is God. Is this God? They think he's a god. He's a legend. He's a hero. He's a big hero. It's like having somebody as a martyr, and they see him as they worship that person. That's what it is. But then people starting to realise that he's not the person he says he is, or the person he's supposed to be. Because it was like at Christmas time, he's like after having a drink, and then he blamed me, saying it was me that phoned him. I didn't phone him at all. And he's sitting there laughing at the guy on the other end of the phone, because the guy's like, you're this, you're that, on the end of the phone. And he's like laughing, and he's like, this is taking candy off a baby. So he's only interested in the subs and the views. And the spin the wheel idea that he's using is basically an old show. It's an old showman's thing. That's an old showman's thing. Have you ever heard of the phrase win a prize every time? I give you £2. I give you £2. I give you £2. I give you £2. It's like a hula hoop, a hula hoop, as in with a hula hoop, throw a hula hoop over the prize and win it. So you give him the money for a raffle, or supposed to be a raffle. So you pay a donation. You're paying a donation into that spin the wheel. But are you actually going to receive that prize? that's on that wheel? Is he actually going to send you it? And I heard one time he turned around and says, maybe not. So it's a case of, well, if it suits me, I'll send you it. If it don't suit me, I might not send you it at all. Because he started doing the mystery prizes, and half the time with the mystery prize, when he received the mystery prize box or the mystery box, there was prints in the box, not coins. People don't want, if it's like Warren said, if you are a coin channel, people are interested in coins. If you're a coin collector and you want to get rid of coins, or you want to swap coins, or trade coins, or sell coins, you only put coins in your channel. It was like me with eBay. I couldn't sell anything other than electronics on my actual eBay account. Mobile phones, electronic devices like tablets, cameras. If I put anything else other than the electronics, I couldn't sell it. Nobody wanted it. Nobody even looked at it. Once you get into a niche or go into a niche market, you have to stick to that. I didn't want to go on and start on about TGBCH. I want to be able to leave that alone and forget about it and move on. I don't want the drama. But it was like, I get to a point where, as in people turn around and say, but I haven't watched your videos, so I don't know who the channel you're talking about. I don't know what it's about. I don't know who it's about and who you're actually talking about. I'm not bashing the guy. If people want to buy off him, that's up to them. We're just making them aware. Of the things that's going on behind closed doors that people don't know, or they don't totally see it because they're blinded by this figure that's supposed to be this great martyr that everybody, Ian, and it's want to kiss his feet and all that carry on. And because you don't dance his tune, or the way he comes over, or the way his channel runs, or the way that he wants you to think in your own head, you get eventually banned and blocked on his channel. He's wanting to make it, because he turned around and said that because of all the carry on, he wanted to make it like a private domain. So he wanted to bring people into his channel or whatever, as in him being the host, and then lock the doors, so nobody else can come in, so nobody else can say what they like, or have the freedom of speech, as in, or ask the questions, and him to be able to answer a question, because sometimes he's not able to answer the question. If I don't have the answer, if I have somebody that asks me a question and I don't know the answer to that question, I'll say to them, I don't know. I won't give them bullshit. And then I'll go and look for the answer, and then I'll go back to them and say, by the way, that question you were asking me last week, or that question, do you remember that question you were asking me? I know the answer for it, but I'll put it in my own word. I'll put it in my own words. I'm one of these people that if a person comes to me with a problem, I'll think about it as if I was in their shoes, but I won't turn around and tell them, you have to do it this way. You have to do it this way. I'll say to you, if I was in that predicament, this is what I would do. I love to hear people come back to me 6 months later and I turn around and say, by the way, how did you get on with that problem? I want to hear how they done it and the way they done it to get out of that problem. Did they actually solve that problem? And that's when you see a happy face and them turn around, I fixed that problem. I'm overwhelmed for them because I'm like, well, I helped. I don't turn it. I helped you. I don't credit myself with that, or I don't give myself a pat on the back. I feel good because I've helped somebody else, as in to get to where they were supposed to go, or the goal that they were supposed to get to. That's how doing me. If it was like Andrew was at 700 or whatever. Because fun enough, while Andrew wasn't here during the week, Andrew's name was mentioned in a video. It was actually an email that Warren was reading out, and fun enough, there was other members mentioned. The feud is between Warren and Ian, not between the other supporters within the group, because that's what they're doing. That's what's going on. They're bringing everybody involved and dragging everybody into it that doesn't need dragged into it in the first place. That doesn't need dragged into it in the first place. Okay, we support certain channels. We support them because we believe in them. We want to see the community grow. We want to see it properly grow in the right way, because we are family. We are family between creators. We get on with people. Not everybody is going to like me. Is going to like me. There's going to be people that turn around and say, I don't like you. But I would rather them turn around and say, by the way, I don't like you, and give me a reason why you don't like me. Or just because it's like there's a somebody on YouTube, and he turns around and says to me one day, he says, I don't like you. Why don't you like it? I just don't like you. Okay, that's his prerogative. We've all got our opinions and views, and we're entitled to the opinions and views, and we've got opinions and views and topics on subjects and on people. You look at somebody and you might not like the look of their face and turn around, I don't like that person. That's your opinion, but don't make it everybody else's problem, because that's exactly that's what's actually happening between two channels. They're turning it into everybody else's problem, and they're dragging everybody else in with it because they're mentioning names that don't have to be mentioned. And the only reason I mentioned TGBCH is because, as in, I don't like the way that it's run. I don't like the idea of somebody paying for an item that they're supposed to get and not get it, and then pay for a mystery box, and all they got is prints in a box. They didn't want the prints in the first place. Okay, it's a mystery box. They're not supposed to know what's in the mystery box. But why couldn't it have been coins instead? Especially if it's a coin channel. They were expecting, half the members were expecting coins. And to spin the wheel, it's not spin the wheel. It should be called win a prize every time, because you're getting a prize from off the wheel. But that's not my channel does, is bash other channels. And if he wants to start mentioning my name, go right ahead and see how much damage you can cause, because you've tried it, saying that I'm a bully and all the rest and blah blah blah, and people then have commented back, because any time that anybody ever supports my channel or they comment to my channel, I don't just click a button and press a love heart. I actually YouTube now have got this thing that says, if you've done it so many times, like eBay, it's like feedback, and what happens is it says thanks a lot for your appreciation. Sometimes I write them out. I write them out manually, so it feels as if it's a personal touch to that person. They're getting the personal touch. But that takes me time to do that, to type it out. Because as soon as I get a reply, I'm usually either on that reply or a day later, so that basically that person doesn't feel as if, well, you've not even acknowledged me, because all these people in the chat, although that nobody's coming up in the panel, and I've told everybody they're more than welcome to come up in the panel and ding me as and ask for the link for to come on the panel. All these people that is in the chat right now are all getting acknowledged. Bill, Andrew Cooper, Hi Ho Silver, Muscle Shell, they're all getting acknowledged. They might not like what they hear, what I'm saying. They might not agree to everything that I'm saying, but I'm still acknowledging them, so they feel as if they're being acknowledged, they're being accepted the way they are. Right, guys, I'm gonna draw the top. I'm gonna hit the road. I'm gonna hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Right, guys, thanks for your time. Thanks very much. See you later. Bye.